She introduced me to her boyfriend the same day I planned to tell her that I loved her. I still remember the taste of the Coke I ordered that day. Flat, warm, just like someone had been sipping from the bottle and left it under the sun, hoping the next person wouldn't notice. I drank it anyway. My throat was dry. My hands kept switching under the table, and every 5 seconds, I looked up at the entrance like my life depended on it. Maybe it did, in some way. The sun was sinking slowly over Yaba, melting into the rusty rooftops and throwing that soft orange hue Lagos wears just before the chaos of night all around me. The world moved like it always does, horses honking with no patience, traders shouting prices of bread and tomatoes, someone arguing near the Okada stand about missing change. But all I could do was think about her, Zainab. We had agreed to meet at our usual spot, tucked behind the noisy buka near Tejuosho Market. It wasn't fancy. Plastic chairs, mosquito coils in the corner, and a baba with a stained singlet flipping meat like it was personal. But it had history. It was our spot. We met in Unilag during our first year. We were grouped for a general course project that none of us cared about. But she came in late, apologizing with the kind of confidence only Lagos girls have. Her braids were tied in a loose bun, her top slightly rumpled, but she had this ease about her, like nothing could touch her spirit. Sorry, traffic, she said, sliding into the seat beside me, like we'd known each other for years. From Moremi, you know how it is. I smiled. She smelled faintly of something sweet, maybe coconut oil or a new body mist she was testing out. It didn't start at love. It started as casual conversations after class, shared complaints about our lecturers, long walks to the hostel gate. Then came the night chats about everything and anything, family pressure, career dreams. Times she nearly flunked the test because she trusted one guy's incomplete summary. She laughed a lot, loud, until the kind that made people turn around and wonder what was funny. I liked that about her. With time, something changed, or maybe I did. Started waiting for her text like they were oxygen. Started watching her talk like her lips were solving math problems. Started feeling that tug in my chest whenever she posted selfies with caption, "Your fave as always." But I never said anything. I wasn't sure if what we had was ours or if it was just mine. People around assumed we were dating. One time, a mutual friend literally introduced me as her babe. I laughed. She laughed too, brushing it off with, "I beg, he's just my guy." Those words stung more than I expected. Just my guy? In 300 level, I promised myself I would tell her how I felt, but she had a situationship on and off with her ex, and I didn't want to complicate things. Then finals came fast, and before I knew it, she had landed an internship in Abuja. She told me over the phone one night, so casually, "It's just for 6 months," she said. "I'll be back before you even meet me." But I already missed her, and she hadn't even left. I told myself, this is it. You either say it now or lose the chance forever. So I made a plan. I picked out our favorite spot. I even wrote it down, every word I wanted to say, rehearsed it like a monologue. "Zainab, I've liked for a long time. I don't know where this leads, but I know I don't want to keep pretending like I don't feel anything." I was nervous but hopeful. Hopeful that maybe, just maybe, she's feeling something too. She texted me back fast when I invited her. 6 p.m. work. I've missed that place, sha. So I got there early. Bought a Coke I didn't finish. Watched people eat, argue. Then she walked in. She wore light blue jeans and an oversized button-down shirt, tucked in only at the front. Her braids were down this time, cascading over her shoulder like a scene from a music video. She looked stunning. I stood up to hug her, heart racing. Then she smiled and said, "Guess what?" "What?" "I want you to meet someone." Before I could say anything, he stepped in behind her. Stepped tall, muscular, that confident swagger Lagos boys carry when they know they have nothing to prove. He had a low fade, fresh beard, and a wristwatch that probably cost more than my monthly allowance. "This is Toby," she said, "my boyfriend." I swear I didn't blink for 5 seconds. Boyfriend? I looked at him, then at her, then back at him. He extended his hand. "Nice to meet you, bro. She talks about you all the time." "Bro?" "Of course." I shook his hand and forced a smile. I felt my entire chest collapse inside me like an old house during a rainy season. We sat there. I barely remember what they talked about. Something about how they met at the birthday party, how they clicked instantly. She was laughing, touching his arms, looking at him the way I had wished she would look at me. I was there, but I wasn't. My heart was beating in real time and nobody noticed. At some point, I excused myself to go buy water. I just stood near the gutter, staring at the paper in my pocket, the one with everything I planned to say. I folded it under my fingers until my fingers hurt, then dropped it in the gutter without looking back. I didn't walk her home that day. I just said I had somewhere to be. She texted that night, "Thanks for today. Sorry I didn't tell you about him earlier. Just wanted you to meet him in person." I replied, "No wahala. He seems cool." Then I cried in the dark like a bloody fool. The days that the days after that were blur. Food didn't taste right, music sounded off, even class felt like a chore. She still messaged occasionally, but I started replying late. One word answers. Eventually she stopped trying. She moved to Abuja. I stayed in Lagos. Life happened. I tried dating after NYC. A girl named Tochi, short and loud, with a beautiful gap tooth and a laugh that made you want to keep talking to her just to hear it again. She really liked me. She said she could see us building something. One night she asked me point blank, "Who is Zainab?" I froze. "You talk in your sleep," she added, smiling but not smiling. "You said her name." I had no words, only silence. She nodded slowly. I figured I just needed to hear it. Tochi left a few weeks later. She said I was still somewhere else emotionally, and she wasn't wrong. I saw Zainab's engagement photos months later. Green and gold lace, perfect makeup, big smile, Toby by her side, looking like a proud groom. Her caption read, "You've always been my peace, can't wait to do forever with you." I stared at the screen for a long time, not because I was shocked, but because I knew I had always known it would come to this. We still text, sometimes memes, birthday wishes, updates about fuel prices and bad networks. But it's not the same. It will never be the same. Unrequited love is strange. It doesn't live loudly, it just fades quietly until what's left is a lonely feeling you can't fully explain. The what ifs, the almost, the could have beens, is like applauding from the crowd while someone else takes the stage you built in your head. And you smile, still clapping. It breaks my heart whenever I think about it. What if I had told her my feelings from the onset? What if I had kissed her on one of those occasions we were chatting? What if I had given her the letter way ahead of time? What if I wasn't shy about it and lost everything? Back to the what ifs again. We all have that one love that got away. But in my case, it was not away. It was never mine to begin with. But with how hard I'm trying to make peace with that, it feels like I keep going back to square one over and hitting rock bottom over and over again. I truly miss her even more and deeply this time.